price of $0 down, $49 a month for the first 90 days for semis at Ryder. They're used inventories as they have single axle, tandem axle, day cab, sleepers. For full disclosure, I do not even have my CDL yet. My name's Brian, looking to, obviously from the name of the channel, I'm looking to get into trucking probably after about 20 years of thinking about it, but now I finally basically could leave home and no one would care, and neither would I. So, but before I was at family, wife, never had any kids, so there's a warranty available on these. This may be right for somebody financing, maintenance, warranty, delivery, if needed, and locations. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about me. I live in the Midwest. That's me and my doggy, and you may see her sometime, Daisy. So I see a lot of these trucks. So if anybody knows about this or knows about Ryder, good or bad, let me know. Like I said, I have zero experience. I will be getting in the trucking industry somehow, whether that be, I've even thought about selling new semis. And if anybody knows about that or if there's any money in that, let me know, because I figure 150 to 200,000 for a new rig, plus with trailers, people buy trailers. Commissions on those are probably pretty good. You have to have CDL to do that, I imagine, to be able to show those, drive those, move those around the lot, or same to be a mechanic. I'd like to buy some old rigs and maybe do some in frames. I was a car mechanic, so been kind of learning that just on YouTube, self-study. No need to spend 20. It was 20 grand when I was. It was 10,000 when I was. No, it was 20,000 when I went to school to be a mechanic. Had I went right out of high school, it would have been 10,000, and I should have went into diesel mechanic. So if you do go to school, I would advise you, if you like that kind of work, from that standpoint, I would go into diesel auto mechanics. In my experience, they make a lot more money. Like one of the guys I went to high school with, he is my age and retired 2 years ago. So that would have been at 45. He retired. That's pretty good, because retirement means you don't have to work. You have enough money coming in. So he did that his whole life, put in 30 years instead of wasting 30 years of life like I did. And but now I get a second lease on life. So, but this might be a good deal for someone. And I also thought about this: should become an owner operator or something. You get out there, and your truck goes down on the road. You're down and need repairs in a foreign city or something. Not your hometown. You can rent these trucks from Ryder and Penske. Penske's the other one in town we got here. So they just a few years ago they bought the 500 truck. So, but yeah, lots of trucks. I've been seeing a lot that got me thinking about this is the non-domiciled driver thing going on, and there already being a trucker shortage. So 80,000. The projections I've seen were 80,000 shortage for truckers for 2026, and seen that go up to as far as 100 to 300,000 for 2030 for the shortage. Now, you can kind of take those numbers with a grain of salt and know what you're getting into, because for 20 years, in the last few years, I almost did this a few years ago, started a YouTube channel is what turned me wise to not knew I wasn't ready to go and do that, because you're gonna, the first 6 months you're not gonna make much money. You could probably not gonna make much more than you could if you worked the same hours, fast food. Anyway, there's a lot of that time you're not getting paid for. Now, if you get in for 2 years or more and get in for Walmart, they pay you per hour, per mile, wait times that you get paid hourly rate to get loaded. It's usually drop and hook freight, no touch freight ever. is Walmart. Unless I'm wrong, it was for some years ago. They were the third largest trucking company in the world. Plus, if you stay in your truck, $49 a night to stay in your truck. Trucking, you can make good money. It's gonna just say after the first, from what I've understand from my friends, because that's what originally I wanted to get into being a mechanic. Thought, I went to the wrong school. I'll just do that now. My neighbor, who used to make 90,000, then in 2008, 2012 during the crisis, they dropped him down to 30,000. So he had $60,000 pay cut and stayed because he had to get his pension. So, and a lot of these companies, this is one some more advice I have, just life advice. I'll get your own retirement, do your own IRA. Um, my dad is one of them. Worked for Ford most of his life. A lot of his friends, and then including him before he passed, Ford took their pension away. GM, I don't know if you saw that. The guy had to GoFundMe. It was on the news. This 82-year-old guy was still having to be work as a cashier. I think he worked at Walmart or somewhere, but he still having to work. And the guy asked him why he had to work because he worked for GM and they stole his pension. The New York Fire Department, they stole their pension. Detroit fireworkers, they stole their pension. So how do you work 30 years and have your retirement stolen out from under you by the government or these greedy companies? So I would advise you, this is real, look it up. As being almost a half century old myself, I would get your own IRA, your own savings, buy gold, silver. Look, I wished I had bought gold or kept the gold I bought. Because I just bought it by grams, but you get those cards with the grams of gold in them, or you buy 5-10 grams at a time. But they, invest in yourself, or I would buy trucks and trailers or whatever. But check your local. See, like in my local market, there are, from what I've checked out, there's like 1,000 trucking companies. That would include like your small mom and pop. And there's a lot of check Facebook Marketplace and eBay. There's a lot of non-domiciled owner operators selling their vehicles right now. There are a lot of them over 1,000,000 miles. There are some nicer ones out there. Too. A lot of these guys are just giving it up because they don't want to. They're going back home. I have a friend who owns a gas station. He's legal, and he's going home. He's going back to India because of the regulations and the Greenland thing, and it's green. I'm not for war, so if they don't, I don't want to get political, but it's not our land. It's not our business. We have no. My, don't start none, won't be none. You know what I mean? That's no different than China coming in, invading, taking over the United States because they want the corn and the oil. It's no different than going to try to take Greenland because they have precious metals to make chips, is what that's about. Just like Venezuela had the oil. It has nothing to do with our strategic. Don't get me started. But anyhow, this is a cheap truck. Maybe this will help somebody out if you broke down or need to rent. It's pretty good for the first few months. I don't know if anybody's bought from them or how much their trucks cost, or I think they maintain them pretty well. I don't know. I've never known anybody that's worked there. Budget hotshot truckers. They'll build you a truck, a dually to do hotshot trucking. You can lease off of the budget rent car if you don't have the credit to do dealership. So pretty interesting. I just thought I'd put that out there. There'll be a whole lot more videos coming, and I'll get a few things straightened out and save some money, because it's another thing people don't think about. The month you go to trucking school, you don't get paid. So you got to have bills paid ahead of time and money for on the road. And then you say you're going to be on the road with a trainer after that for a good 8 weeks at least. So from what I've known and heard from people that have done it. So well, good luck. And whatever area of trucking or life you're in right now. So I hope everything's going good for you. Stay tuned. There will be some good trucking content. Even like I said, I want to do some rebuilds. I want to do some in frames, buy a cheap $5,000-$10,000 semi, and that's the best way to learn. If you want to be an auto mechanic, I'd say that'd be the best way to learn. Go buy a $400 or $500 car, and or if you have the place and the money to do that, and it's going to have problems, and learn how to fix them. That's going to be the easiest way to learn. YouTube is a great place for that. There's online training, but you can Google about anything. The symptoms. Google the symptoms. Google the cars. A lot of the cars will have common issues, just like the semis. A lot of the semis have common issues with the EGR valves getting clogged up at 20, 50,000 miles, 100,000 miles. Brand new engines, automatic transmissions blowing out before 200,000 miles. Things like that. In which trucking school you go to, check that out. Do they teach manual transmission still? Is that something you want to learn? The one I'm checking out does teach manual transmission, and it's all classroom and seat, drive time, and so you have your automatic and your manual. And definitely get any other endorsements you can. Hazmat, oversized container, multiple car, whatever they call that. So the more you have, the more money you will make. And you won't make much the first 6 months. So if that is something you want to do, it's exciting to me. I love the trucks, so I'll be doing something involved in trucks. But hey, God bless. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Hey, like and subscribe. Brand new channel here. I'm going to try to build it up. And I have 2 truck stops near me too. 3 actually. So, and I am here near Indy. So around the month of May, that'll be pretty interesting. I'll get out, do some video. Amateur photographer. Get out and find some interesting people in town for that. So God bless and stay safe. We'll see you around.